Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Lee, and welcome to day 30 of the 2017-2018 NBA season. Let's just get into everything that we need to get into from last night. Lego. Tonight we realized we had Joel Embiid and he was just dominant. That's all that needed to be said by Brett Brown. The Philadelphia 76ers completely unleashed Joel Embiid yesterday, and I think it was fitting that it was against the Los Angeles Lakers. Embiid had taken some shots at Lonzo and LeVar during the summer, and LeVar fired some shots right back at Embiid. So it was definitely fitting to see Embiid have a game like this against the Lakers. Career high, 46 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, and 7 blocks. Dude was creeping up on a quadruple double. And he also became the first player in NBA history to put up numbers like that in a single game. You know, you can't say anything negative about that performance at all. It was beyond impressive. And the Lakers were trying everything they could to stop Embiid last night. They had just about every single big man on their roster attempt to slow him down, but nothing was working. And when that happens, and a player who can be as dominant as Embiid gets into a rhythm like he was, you just gotta accept that there's nothing you can do about it and hope your offense can keep up. Defensively, you're just out of luck. And the Lakers were doing a pretty good job of keeping up scoring-wise with Embiid. Brandon Ingram was low-key cooking as well. I feel like the Lakers should look for him a little bit more last night, especially towards the end. But he had a really solid game with a career-high 26 points and 11 rebounds, as well as hitting 11 of his first 18 field goal attempts. And then the first matchup of Ben Simmons versus Lonzo Ball as well. A lot happened in this game, and I'm sure that Lonzo thinks it could have gone better. That's for sure. It most definitely could have gone better. Lonzo only with 2 points and 2 assists in 21 minutes, while Simmons, on the other hand, proved why he was going to win Rookie of the Year unanimously with 18 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds, and 5 steals. Lonzo shot 1 of 9 from the field. 1 of 9. There are a lot of people saying a lot of different things about Lonzo's shooting right now, and the more games he has like this where he literally can't make a shot, the more concerning it is getting. And Lonzo put all the blame on himself last night for the Lakers losing to the Sixers because of the way that he played.
What were you seeing when you were on the floor?
Like you said, just had a bad game, and unfortunately we couldn't pull it out tonight, but regroup, we had to go on Friday.
Yeah, were there parts where you were feeling like your shot wasn't going and that affected everything else, or how would you sum that up?
Usually I don't let my shot affect me, but tonight I feel like I did, miss some layups. I mean, just a bad night.
So the important thing is to try to bounce back from that.
Bounce back Friday.
Is it that simple?
Yep, Friday, new head. Game.
He has the right attitude about it, but it's just like, why? Why can't you just make some shots, Lonzo Ball? I mean, you're taking so many threes and you're not making any of them. You took 6 threes last night, you were 0 of 6. You take like 7 threes a game and maybe you'll make 1 a game. Right now, he just might be statistically the worst three-point shooter in the NBA at the moment who actually takes and attempts threes. As for why he's still shooting threes, he says it's because defenses leave him open. He's going to shoot it when he's open.
Ratio of shots that you're getting at the rim versus from behind the arc, is that what you want? Is that what you're looking for as far as the way
my whole life I just shot when I'm open, and everybody flat backing off and going on the screen. So to me that's an open shot, so I keep shooting.
I guess it's good that he hasn't lost complete confidence in himself yet. The day you see him start passing up on open shots is the day you know that he has given up on his shot, but something's gotta change. You're getting all of those open looks for a reason, Lonzo Ball, because defenses honestly could care less if you're out there taking threes. When you put up a 3, it's as good as a turnover. And for the second straight game in a row, Lonzo was benched for the entire 4th quarter. After the game though, Joel Embiid was a great sport about all of this. Well, kind of. He started off by posting this picture to Instagram. Of course he has him in it attempting a finger roll while Lonzo seems to be falling down. And even better if you notice the location. Yeah, there's that too. Unless the Staples Center is now where the location says it is, then we all know what he was trying to do there. But he then followed that up on Twitter saying that he likes Lonzo's game, no shots towards him, #trusted. Lakers fans, How long can you trust it? How long are you willing to wait for Lonzo Ball to develop a freaking jump shot? Philadelphia 76ers fans had to wait 2 years to even see Joel Embiid get on the court, so trust it, I guess. Also, while I'm on the topic of the Philadelphia 76ers, I guess I might as well give you guys the little bit of news that did come out yesterday surrounding the Philadelphia 76ers, and that was that they agreed to a 4-year, $61 million contract extension with forward Robert Covington. Now, he has been a huge glue guy for the Sixers so far this year, so that is great that they will have him for 4 more years. The Cleveland Cavaliers now have their first real win streak so far of the season. I say real win streak because for me, a win streak doesn't really count until you get at least 3 wins in a row. But that's what the Cavs have now, as they got the 115-107 win over the Charlotte Hornets, who were able to play Nick Batum for the first time this season last night. I know Hornets fans are glad that he's back, but they just couldn't handle LeBron James and Kevin Love. LeBron dropped 31 points and 8 assists, while Love had 22 points and 10 rebounds. And something I noticed that has been going really well for the Cavs over the past couple of games is Dwayne Wade. His numbers aren't jaw-dropping, but he often helps change the course of the game. He did it in the last win over New York, and he kind of helped last night as well. Only 7 points on 2 of 8 shooting, but he was getting guys involved with 5 assists and is also crashing the boards with 7 rebounds. He's just a guy who has to come out the bench and bring that leadership and do whatever the team needs him to do, whether that be rebound, facilitate, or score. He's still adjusting to it, but he will be an extremely valuable piece for them off the bench by the time the playoffs start. 2 teams entering this one playing some really good basketball, both of them on a win streak, but one of them had to lose. And overall, this was an amazing game to watch. It was a very physical game, but that's going to happen when you have 2 defensive-minded teams going up against each other. And the Milwaukee Bucks took that defense to an entirely different level last night as they recorded a ridiculous 16 blocks. The Pistons, who tend to do a decent amount of their work on the offensive end in the painted area, weren't allowed to get much going in the paint last night, which caused the Bucks to come up with the 99-95 win. Eric Bledsoe was having an off night for the first 3 quarters, but Jason Kidd kept confidence in his new point guard, and Bledsoe came up huge in the closing minutes, hitting a big 3 as well as a pull-up mid-range to break the tie in the final seconds. Bledsoe finished with 14 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds, but other than him, Chris Middleton was the guy who was keeping the Bucks offensively alive the rest of the game, as Detroit did a pretty good job of stopping Giannis, but you gotta pick your poison with the Bucks. Focus too much on Giannis, and Middleton can hurt you just the same. He had 27 points, 8 assists for them last night. Meanwhile, Avery Bradley scored 28 for Detroit, and Luke Kennard had 11 out the bench. Really wish he saw some more minutes last night. Karl Anthony Towns vowed to Tom Thibodeau before yesterday's game that he would help them put an end to their losing streak against the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs had beaten the Wolves the past 12 times. These 2 teams have met during the regular season, but this is a much different Wolves team this year. They're actually good now, and Towns realizes that in order for the Wolves to get where they want to be, they're eventually going to have to get past teams like the Spurs. If we want to be the team we want to be, we've got to go against them, and we've got to go past them in 7 games. It is very possible that these 2 teams could meet in the playoffs this year, either as the first round 4v5 matchup, that's possible, or both teams advance to the second round, and that will be the real test for this young Wolves team. In a much different game from tonight, as well, as the Spurs will hopefully be fully healthy by then. Towns had 26 points and 16 rebounds, and 98-86 was the final score. This was an auto win for the Thunder. I don't think there's any way the Bulls could possibly ever pull off an upset victory over OKC. The talent differential is just way too much. This was the second time these 2 teams met this season, and this was also the second time that Bulls got torched by OKC, 92-79. Westbrook with 21 points, 7 assists, and 4 steals. Sacramento, y'all almost lost the Hawks by 50. I was planning on making some jokes about this, but this ain't even funny. Were Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins both just bested by Jonas Valanciunas? What on earth is going on here? All right, so Jonas was great last night, 6 of 8 for 21 points, but both Cousins and Davis were shut down. And when that happens, there is no way the Pelicans are beating anyone, as the Raptors get the 125-116 win over New Orleans. Kyle Lowry with a near triple-double of 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists, while DeRozan did a little bit of everything as well with 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. Things got a bit chippy in this one between Evan Fournier and CJ McCollum. McCollum locked up Evan Fournier for a play, then let him know about it a little after the play. Fournier didn't like that too much, and the guys had a brief exchange of words before getting separated by the refs. And in the end, it was CJ and the Blazers who got the last words in as they come away with the tough 99-94 win over Orlando. McCollum with 24 points, while Dame had 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. Fournier scored 22 for the Magic. After that tough loss to the Cavs, it's good to see that the Knicks were able to bounce back and get a win over the Jazz last night. For a team that's been struggling to win for the past few years, a bad loss like that to Cleveland could do a lot of damage to them and cause a relapse a bit. So it's for sure a good sign that they are tougher than that. 106-101 was the final score as Porzingis and Hardaway did some damage to Utah on the offensive end. 22 for Porzingis and Hardaway, I'd say, has been well worth that $71 million contract so far as he dropped 26 on the night. Darren Collison scored a career-high 30 points last night for Indiana, but not even that could guarantee them a win over the Memphis Grizzlies. Now don't get me wrong, Indiana did hold on to get the win, but not before nearly blowing a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter down the stretch. Marc Gasol had a chance to be the hero for Memphis last night, but his triple try with 3 seconds left was off, and 116-113 was the final score. Gasol was still big for the Grizzlies in the absence of Mike Conley though, as he had 35 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 blocks on the night. The Washington Wizards picked up their 4th straight win with the comeback 102-93 win over the Miami Heat. Maybe it really wasn't a comeback. Well, I guess it kind of was, but it was just a very... It was an interesting game. The Wizards jumped on the Heat to start the game in the first quarter. However, the Heat only gave up 10 points to Washington in the entire third quarter. But the Wizards showed up when it mattered the most. John Wall came back in the game in the fourth quarter and the Wizards rallied behind him to get the win. Wall finished with 27 points and 6 assists while Beal had 26 for the Wizards. That wraps up all the action from last night though. You guys go vote for the player of the day by following the link down in the description box below. Just remember that only players whose team won are eligible to win player of the day. And yesterday, you guys selected LaMarcus Aldridge and his 32 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists as your player of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Don't forget to let me know what you guys thought about all this stuff down in the comment section below, as well as like and subscribe for more daily NBA news and highlights. But until tomorrow, keep getting the buckets, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace!